Hi there and welcome to this prenatal yoga practice. This practice is suitable for anybody in the second and third trimester. And it's a great practice for when you're feeling a little bit heavy and sluggish and you want to move your body and feel a little bit more energized and empowered. So let's get straight to it. We're going to start seated. So seated on the floor. So you could take a bolster or two pads, two blocks, anything you've got, pillows, rolled up blankets, cushions. We're gonna sit. I like to sit with my knees forward and legs back. Now, if this is too much for your legs or your knees, either take up some more pillows, give yourself more height, or come and sit cross-legged. That's completely fine. The main point here is that our hips should be above our knees, okay? So hips above the knees and either cross-legged or feet out. This is really nice variation to cross-legged because it changes the way our hips move. If we're always sitting cross-legs, our hips kind of roll out, so this way we kind of help our thighs roll in. I repeat, if you have varicose veins or something like that, just avoid sitting in this position and come into cross-legged, or even another variation with Baddha Konasana legs and the feet together at the front. So wherever you are, we're going to start with a short minute or two of some breath awareness. So bring the palms of the hands to the top of your thighs. Let your shoulders relax. Drop the elbows. Lift up tall from the crown of the head. And breathe. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And remind yourself of your intention. Your intention for watching this video, your intention for trying some prenatal yoga. And this might be something just for you. It might be something for your baby. It might be something for both of you, for everybody around you. It doesn't matter right now. Just focus on your intention. What's brought you here to this moment? And just start breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then open your eyes. Okay. And open your eyes. And then take the arms out to the side, and up and over the head, interlace the fingers and reach the palms of the hands up. And start lengthening the sides of the waist, lengthening the arms. Relax the neck. And instead of thinking of drawing the shoulder blades down, think of spreading the shoulder blades apart. So this space here, try and widen the back of the heart, the shoulder blades away from each other. Breath in. On the exhalation, bend the elbows, turn the palms back to your head and change the interlace of your fingers. And then reach up and lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. So as you lengthen through the arms, lengthen down through your sitting bones. So root the sitting bones down to the earth and reach up with the hands. And breathe. Okay, and then from here, release the hands, bring them out to the side. Now we're going to start energizing our spine. So we're going to, inhaling, reach the arms up over the head. On the exhalation, turn your chest and your belly over to the right. Bring the right hand back down behind you, left hand over to the right knee. Breath in to lengthen and breath out to a twist. We're not going to hold it here for too long. Inhaling, reach the arms up. Exhaling over to the left. Left hand behind you, right hand to the left knee. 2 more times. Inhaling up. Exhaling. Twist over to the right. Now, if it's too much to move the belly and your lower back and your sacrum is feeling a little sensitive, just move the rib cage. Just send the chest over. Don't worry about the head. Don't worry about the pelvis. Just send your chest over towards the right. Inhaling up. Exhaling over to the left. 1 more time. Inhaling up. Exhaling over to the left. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, hands down. Okay, now we're going to straighten the legs. Now this might feel maybe a little bit tight for you. This might feel maybe a little bit too much on the knees. So just give them a shake. And we're going to do a little bit of power work on through the legs. So it'd be really helpful here to have a belt. And I'm going to turn over to my side so you can see me, and I'm going to remove 1 block. So I come a little bit lower down. I'm going to send the legs out in front of me. So now if you can't keep your legs together because of your belly, just bring them wider a little bit. Take the belt. So take your belt and place it on the balls of the feet. And bring your elbows close to your waist. Yeah. So the elbows are underneath the shoulders. And pull on the belt, sit up tall, breath in. Exhaling, straighten out the legs. Inhaling, lengthen. Exhaling, push. Inhaling, release, bend the knees. Exhaling, push, 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 push the belt away. Inhale. Exhale, push. And keep going. Inhale. Exhale. Imagine you have a wall and you're pushing the wall away. And start feeling the energy flowing through the legs. Squeeze the quadricep muscles. Hug the muscle into the bone. So the top of the thighs. And push. Okay. And release. Perfect. Now from here, we're going to come into Baddha Konasana legs. So a diamond shape with the feet. Hands on the knees. Breathing in. And out. In and out. In and out. Okay. Hands on the outside edges of the knees. Bring the knees together. And feet. Hands. We're going to roll over onto hands and knees. So get rid of your blocks and your belts. And come over onto all fours. Okay. So we're going to bring the shoulders over the wrists and the knees ideally underneath the hips. Now, if again you're feeling a little bit sore in the lower back, widen the knees. And if your shoulders are feeling a little bit tight, widen the hands apart. Okay. Now come onto your fingertips. Take a breath in. Exhale, chin into chest, curl the spine, curl the spine. And inhaling, come back to neutral. Exhaling, chin into chest. Inhaling, come back to neutral. Inhaling up. And exhaling, come back down. Okay, and from here we're going to come into a rolling cat. So we're going to widen the knees slightly. And bring the hands down to the mat. So same as we started. So inhaling, rolling up through the spine, chin into the chest, curling, 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 curling. Hips to the heels this time. elbows to the floor and sweep forwards and lift yourself up. Exhaling, rolling back, hips to heels, elbows to the floor. Inhaling, sweep forwards and push yourself up with the arms. Avoid using the belly muscles, just using the arms. So elbows come down to the floor. I lift the hips without overarching my lower back. So keep baby tucked in and baby coming in towards the lower back. And when my head reaches in between my hands, I push myself up with the arms. So a few more times, rolling back and coming forwards. And using the arms. And keep going. So slow it down as much as you need to. It might become harder work if we slow it down. That's not necessarily a bad thing. We do want to watch our heart rate. We don't want our heart rate to be going up too much so that we can't talk without losing our breath. Okay, and then last one. Rolling back and down. Elbows to the floor and lift yourself up. Okay. And now from here, we're going to walk the hands back. We're going to walk the hands back and take a bolster because we're going to come into child's pose. So you might not necessarily need a bolster just yet, but it's really nice to have something underneath just to feel supported. So even if you do touch the floor with your head, place the bolster underneath your forehead, underneath your chest. So even if you can reach the floor without the bolster, so for example, you might be able to go all the way down. It's just nice to have that support underneath the chest. So bring the bolster to the height of the top of the rib cage. So above belly, we're not compressing the belly. The belly is hanging here in between the legs. It's right below the chest. And place your forehead down. So if you place your forehead down, your nose might get squished. So here it's okay just to lie onto one side. You can let your hands rest along the sides. Now if your hips don't touch your feet, you can take a cushion, roll up a blanket, place it here in between the legs and lie back. Close your eyes and then switch sides. Okay, and then from here, we're going to push ourselves up. Take the pillow away, take the bolster away. We're going to come into a downward facing dog or a puppy pose. So bring the hands to the front, tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back, and stretch. And reach back. Now if your heels don't touch the floor, don't worry. Just lengthen out through the legs and lengthen the back of the legs. Now if this is too much for you, maybe it's the joints, maybe it's the wrists that is too much, for whatever reason, just bring the knees down and come into an extended puppy pose. Arms down and drop the forehead. Inhaling, walk the hands back. And we're going to come up to standing here. So we're going to tuck the toes under. We're going to walk the hands back. And we're going to reach up first with the hips. So we're not going to use the back. We're going to lengthen the legs as much as we can. So it doesn't have to go all the way. You can keep the knees bent, but lengthen the legs, lift the hips up, bring the hands into the thighs, and push yourself up to seated. Okay. And from here, we're going to come into some standing poses. I'm going to move slightly back so you can see me. And we're going to come into Tadasana. Standing pose, tree pose. So we're going to come into Tadasana, mountain pose or palm tree pose. So traditionally, we would do this with the feet together. And during pregnancy, it's recommended to just widen the legs a little bit. As much, well, a little bit is relative. As much as you need to. If you feel comfortable to open up your legs, go for it. Just watch the lower back. Don't open up and slouch. Okay. Open up the legs, keeping baby coming in towards you. Okay. So just hugging baby in enough to keep a length in the spine. Okay. We're using this pose right now to help us feel grounded and strong. So palm tree pose, stable through the roots, reaching down through the feet. Imagine that energy drawing down from your pelvis, down to your legs, through the base of the feet, down to the ground. Strong legs, giving you the stability that you need. And then take that energy and lift it up through the spine, making your spine long. Relax the shoulders, relax the arms, let the palms move out to the side so your palms are facing the front. And then reach up through the crown of the head, giving you a feeling of lightness, of being able to flow. So here we're creating, nurturing that feeling of being grounded and light at the same time. Okay, and then from here, open the eyes and bring the feet together. We're going to do some standing poses. We're going to do Trikonasana first. So I'm going to show you with the chair. You might not need the chair. That's completely fine. But for those of you who are in your later stages of pregnancy, this is a wonderful way to practice. If you don't need the chair, take a block, for example, or put your hand on your leg. So Trikonasana, triangle pose. We're going to take one foot forward. We're going to start with the right leg. Right leg is going to point along the mat. And the left leg is about 1 meter behind us with the left toes pointing in. So turn the left toes so that they're 45 degrees. And the key point here is that the heel of the right foot, your front foot, is going to be in line with the arch of the back foot. Okay? And then open up the arms wide. Draw the shoulder blades down. And again, hug baby in towards you, just gently, just ever so slightly, so that it helps the tailbone go down and the pubic bone come up. Okay, and then look over your right fingertips. Take a breath in, exhale, reach forward, reach forward, reach forward. Bring your hand onto the chair or onto the block. If you have a block, bring the block onto the outside of the leg. Otherwise, I'm going to use the chair and reach up with the left hand. And now move that right shoulder away from the right ear. And if it's okay for you, look up onto your left fingertips. And breathe here. Now think of lengthening the right side of the waist that's pointing towards the floor. Think of creating space in that side of the waist. Inhaling, reach up, pulling up through the hands. Exhaling, turn the right toes in, left toes out. We're going to go over to the other side. So I'm going to move the chair. Left toes forward, right foot back. And now strong legs, really power up through the legs. Go back to that grounding feeling that we had, that strength and stability. And then keep the upper body light. So extend the arms out. And now extend the legs. Take a breath in, exhaling, reach forward, reach forward, reach forward. And bring the left hand down to the chair or to the block and reach the right arm up. And now send that left shoulder away from the left ear, create space, reach the right arm up. Look at the right fingertips, if that's okay for the neck, otherwise look forward. Okay. You don't need to hold this as long as I'm holding it here. So maximum 5 deep breaths. And then inhale, using the right arm and powering through the legs, reach up. Exhaling, bring the left foot in and come back to center. Okay. Now we're going to do Warrior 2, another power pose. So I'm going to show you a variation with the chair first, And if you don't need the chair, if you're feeling strong, then, we'll just do it standing. So we're going to do it both. We're going to bring the right foot to the right side of the chair and the left leg behind. Now I'm quite short, so I need to put something underneath my foot. So I'm going to take a pad. You can take a book, a box, anything you need, and place it underneath. Now I want my left sitting bone, so it's my left leg that's back, so the back sitting bone on the chair. And here we're going to open up. So even if you don't go into the full pose, we're still opening up the thighs here. We're opening up the groins, we're opening up the pelvic floor. Okay, now press down through the right foot. Really feel that power of the earth and connect through the right leg down to the earth. Extend the left leg back, lengthen the arms. Take a breath in. Exhale, look over the right fingertips. And breathe. And remember, if you don't want to do this with the chair, that's fine. Do it standing. Breathing in and out. In and out. In and out. Okay, and then from here we're going to bring the right hand onto the right thigh. Inhaling, reaching up. And breathe. And breathe. If you have a stronger practice, you might want to bring the right hand down to the floor. Now, if you find that this is collapsing a side of the body, then stay up. Okay? You'll be able to do that later. Once your baby bump has gone away, and you can always go back to the poses you've done in the past. For now, we need to adapt the practice to where we are in our body. Inhaling, come back up. Okay. Going to change sides. So same position on the other side. If you've used the chair on the right, use the chair on the left. If you haven't, do exactly the same on the other side. So now extend the right leg back. Bring the right sitting bone onto the chair. So our right sitting bone's not hanging off the chair. We're fully on the chair. And right toes turning in. Really press the outer edge of the right foot down. And try, if you can, to get the foot underneath the knee, the left foot underneath the left knee, and the left knee in line with the hip, so that the knee is not dropping in, but moving out. Okay? My shoulders are over my hips. And extend the arms. One breath in. And on the exhale, look over the left fingertips. Breathe. Inhale, exhale, soft gaze. Keep a soft gaze over the left fingertips. One more breath in. And on the exhalation, bring the left hand down. Inhaling, reach the right arm up and over. Remember to do the same as you did on the other side. So if one side feels tighter than the other, go with the tighter side. Do the same adaptation on the tighter side. If you brought your hand down to the floor, then go for it. If this means that you're collapsing the left side of the body and you're compressing baby too much, it's not worth it. Bring the elbow over to the top of the thigh and reach up. If it's okay for your neck, turn your head, turn your neck to look underneath your right armpit. Otherwise, just look forward. And then inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, we're going to come out. So draw the back foot in towards the right. Okay. Now just again take a moment. So if you're standing, just sit down on the floor. If you're on the chair, just take a moment, palms up. And breathe. Wherever you are, have a connection with the ground. So these are strong, energizing warrior poses. And we need to find that moment in between. Find those moments in between poses. Find those moments during the day where we can stop, take a breath, and re-energize us. So re-energizing doesn't only come from strong, vigorous, sweaty poses. It also comes from stopping and breathing. Okay. And open the eyes. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to take the chair away now. So we're going to do one more strengthening practice. This is going to be with a wall. So you need to find a wall, and I suggest you move the mat away so there's no risk of slipping. Okay, and we're going to need something to put in between the legs. So I'm going to use a pad. You could use a pillow, you could use rolled up blanket, anything you need. So we're going to lean against the wall. We're going to lean against the wall, shoulders and head up against the wall, lower back as much as possible against the wall. So we know that the lower back is going to be away from the wall. Okay, so first of all, we're not going to bend too much. Just bend maybe 40, you don't even get to a 90-degree angle, 45 degree. We're just going to tuck the tailbone down. I mean, send the pelvis back a little bit. So if you know anything about anterior and posterior tilts, we're going to tilt it backwards. So posteriorly, send baby in towards us, send the lower back into the spine, and then release. Create more space between the lower back and the wall. Push your lower back into the wall and release. One more time. Push the lower back into the wall and release. And I can see that I'm actually not straight here. My legs are a little bit over to the right. So see if you can get yourself as straight as possible. Okay. And now we're going to go lower, lower, lower. So find a neutral place. Sorry, before we go lower, find a neutral place. We're not going to be all the way pressing our lower back against the wall, and we're not going to be all the way out. We're going to find that place in between where the spine is neutral and the sacrum, which is the base of the spine, is pressing against the wall and is perpendicular to the floor as much as possible. So bend the knees, bend the knees, bend the knees, bend the knees. You might start feeling the burn here. Okay, squeeze the legs together. If you need 2 pads, take 2 pads. If you need more space, take more space. If going down to 90 degrees is too much, stay up high. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then put your hands on the wall. Lengthen up, keep the hips on the wall. Exhale, fall forwards. Fall forwards. Inhaling, come back up. Okay, and go back down. And breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Again, find your place. If you see the edge, don't go to the edge. Always stay at your 80%. Remember never to go past the point where you lose your breath when you're talking. And straighten the legs. Exhale, fold forwards, release. One more time, breathing in. And last one, down, 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 down. And now use the wall. Back of the head against the wall, shoulders against the wall, back of the hips against the wall. Squeeze the thighs in together. Feel the burn, feel the power in your body, feel the power in your legs. Use that power to give you confidence to know that everything is possible. And then lengthen. Inhale, exhaling, folding forwards. Inhaling, come back up. Okay. We're going to stretch it out. So leave the blocks or anything you had in between your legs. Turn to one side with your hand on the wall and lift the right leg, whichever leg you're on. So I'm going to turn towards my left, place my left hand on the wall and lift the right leg. And now try and keep the knees together. I'm just turning to the front so you can see me as close as possible. Just stretch out that front of the thigh. This area becomes extremely tight during pregnancy. So even just stretching it can give us a burst of energy and make us feel good. Exhaling, release. And change sides. So right hand on the wall and lift the left leg up. Now I know sometimes we don't need the wall and maybe you haven't needed in the past, but Because in pregnancy, our body is changing so quickly over such a short time, our sense of balance gets completely messed up because our sense of gravity keeps changing. So maybe last week you didn't need the wall, but it's just safe to be close to the wall. If you want to practice without it, that's fine. But just from a safety perspective, just stay close to the wall in case you lose your balance. Bring the left knee back towards the right knee, keep the knees together. The heel of the bent knee is coming to the outside of the buttock. Breathe in, exhale, release, bring it down. Okay. Now we're going to come down to the floor to finish off this practice. And take something to sit on. So I'm going to use a block. And just relax the legs. Okay. We're going to bring the feet out into Baddha Konasana. I'm going to take the right knee, bring the right knee up, draw the right knee down into the left foot. And just make sure this left foot is in the thigh of the right leg. Okay? So I'm sitting up on the bolster, and now my right sitting bone is a little bit off the floor. That's okay. Okay? You might feel a bit of a stretch in the right hip. So if this is okay for you, stay here. If you want to take a little bit deeper, we're going to inhale to lengthen. And on the exhalation, we're going to turn over towards the left. Right hand on the left thigh, left hand behind. Take a breath in. And exhaling over to the left. Inhaling back to center. And change sides. So come back to Baddha Konasana. Bring the left knee in, right knee out to the side. Make sure that right foot is touching the thigh of the left leg. Okay. Left foot is relaxed. And now you might feel it in the left thigh, the top of the left thigh, and the left sitting bone might be a little bit off the ground. Take the left hand onto the right knee, the right hand behind you. Inhale here, exhaling over to the right. Breath in and exhaling, come back to center. Perfect. Take the legs out in front of you and bring them wide. So still keep sitting up on the bolster or the blanket. Give yourself as much height as you need. Widen out the legs, bring the hands to the front, take a breath in, exhaling, walk the hands forward. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling, bring the hands forward. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling, bring the hands forward. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling, bring the hands forward. So we're not curling the spine here. We're keeping space. We're keeping space between the floor and baby, between the floor and the chest. Lengthen up through the spine. Close your eyes here and go back to your breath. And then slowly walk the hands back. Okay. Bring the hands underneath the knees, bring the knees up and bring them together. Okay. And now we're going to come into relaxation. You can either lie on the floor, rolling over to the side, or into a chair, any other position. So I'm going to show you the most comfortable position to be in for your third trimester. Okay? If there's any other position you'd like to do your Shavasana in, go for that. Otherwise, I'm going to show you how to do it lying on the side. So, recommend to lie onto the left side. Okay? For various reasons, which I can talk about another time. So what we want is some support underneath the head and some support underneath the knees and the feet. So we're going to lie onto the side. So remember not to go back, lying back, but to turn over to the side and to lie on the side, okay? And place a bolster or pillow or something in between the legs, in between the knees and the feet as well. If you have two, you could put one underneath the knees and one underneath the feet. And then if you have another pillow or another bolster, you could even place it behind you as support to stop you from rolling back. So the key really is support with props. And it might take a bit of while to fidget and get yourself really comfortable, but it's worth it. So I, for example, feel like I need a bit more height. So I would take another block to give myself a little bit more height on the neck. Let the shoulders relax, let the arms relax. Place your top hand on your baby. Just leave it on the side, whatever is comfortable for you. So we've done quite an energizing and strong practice. Any practice, whether it's breath work, calming, stretching, energizing, needs a shavasana. Shavasana is the time and the moment where it all comes together. This is when the body, the mind, your being absorbs everything you've just practiced. It's the fruits and the result of your practice coming together, and that knowledge entering your cells. And just lie here for a few moments, knowing there's nothing else to do. And I'm going to talk you through getting out of the Shavasana, but you can stay here as long as you need to. So whenever you're ready to come out, slowly deepen your breath. And then remove the bolster from the legs. Bring the right hand to the floor, bend the left hand in, and bring the knees a little bit closer to your chest. Use the hands to lift yourself up to seated. And then come to seated onto something, whatever you have, the closest object you've got. And just come to seated in any comfortable position. Place your hands on your baby. Thank your baby for joining you in this practice. Bring the hands together to the heart center and slowly open your eyes. Thank you.